We are the few that understand the secrets of the Most High. Giving all praise to Yahweh Bashem Shai Bashem Kakadash. Shalom to the hopeful elect out there, and I mean that to the elect. This is only for the elect. If you're not the elect, you're not going to get this. This is why you have Israelite groups out there that come against the MOTB, us teaching about the Charagma. And the ones that, the few that do know it outside of GMS really even go into it. We always do videos on the coming Charagma. I did a video yesterday on the cashless system, which is one step closer to the Charagma, to the MOTB. Anyway, this is only given to the few, which happen to be the elect. It's not a big number. That's why people can't see this. That's why you have, the black so-called conscious community. They can't see it because they're always asking for evidence. Where's the bones of David, or where's the relics of this Israelite king or that Israelite king? And then what they do is they go so far as to say, well, Israel never exists. But they always talk about Israel. Israel's always in the subject. But then out of this other side of their mouth, they're saying, well, Israel never existed, but Edom existed. But Edom came out of Abraham. If Edom existed, that means there was an Abraham, Isaac, and there was a Jacob. So Jacob never wrestled with the angel. There's a reason why you can't see this truth. Your eyes are not open because the Most High did not open your eyes. If any of y'all saw the movie Vanilla Skies, starring Tom Cruise, the opening scene is what's her name? Penelope Cruz voice. He's sleeping, and good movie, great movie, a spiritual movie, deeply spiritual movie. She says, "Hable las ojos." I hope I'm saying it right. Which means open your eyes. She says it in Spanish, then she says it in English. Open your eyes, open your eyes, open your eyes. If the Most High blinded you, you can open your eyes all you want. You ain't going to see a damn thing. So you're blinded. The reason why these other groups cannot, there's really two reasons why you can't see it. The Charagma or the MOTB is the way we say it is. Either one or two things. One or two things or both things. Either the Most High just blinded you, he didn't want you to receive this. He opened up your eyes wide enough to see that you're an Israelite, that you know some scriptures, you know that Esau, you know who Esau is. You know that the end of the world is coming, You got the 12, whatever the case may be. But then when it comes to somebody coming up, what about the MOTB? I'm putting in the acronym. What about the MOTB? Then when they go into their rant that they learn from their leaders, oh, that's an embargo, that's sin in any form, religious or political. That's what Bishop Nathaniel's saying. He changed it up a little bit. He spites it. He knows how to package shit. He said, let me package it. That's sin in any form, whether religious or political. Wow. And the ones that agree with him are the ones who their eyes are closed too. Now, maybe his eyes are open, but he's set up to deceive people. We don't know. I can't read his mind. So maybe he knows that the MOTB is, what we say it is, how we break it down. Maybe he got a bag. I don't know. Maybe he just doesn't know. Okay, so this is also about the mystery. Now, this goes outside of the one Westers that know that they're the Israelites, that know that we're living in the time of the end. And you should know that we're in the we're in the end of the end, so to speak. The last day started back when Yahweh Shai was on the scene. In the book of Hebrews, the first chapter, first verse tells you that in these last days. Genesis 49:1. Gather my sons together that I may tell you what shall happen to thee, what shall befall thee in the last days. When did the last days start? 2,000, more than 2,000 years ago. So we're at the end of the end, so to speak. And I was going to do a video on that subject, but the Spirit led me in another direction. You know, it led me to how the Most High is only dealing with the few, and you can't make yourself get it. You cannot enter into the mind of the Most High. You can't pick the Most High's brain. You can't order the Most High. You can't pay the Most High off. Most High made money. He made gold and silver. Gold and silver come from the heavens. So if you're not meant to get it, you're not going to get it. Most High is going to program you not to get it. Most High program you to get certain things, maybe 90% of the truth, but the last 10% you're just not going to get, no matter what you do. So when you see us here at Great Millstone, you have disdain for us, you have hatred for us, and then you sneak diss, or sometimes you just straight up diss us. We are those men. We are those men. We are those men. And time will tell who are my chosen. Second Esdras, the 16th chapter, around about the 70th some odd verse. When all hell breaks loose, they're going to find out who are the Lord's chosen. And that you may know that a prophet has been among you. Ezekiel 33. Was that 33 and 30 on down? Scriptures speak about you have to know the whole truth. You can't. Somebody comes up and asks you a question about the scriptures. No, I don't know that. You got to go to this camp. And the Most High didn't dispense this truth to various camps. Well, he gave some truth to IUIC, he gave some other truth to GMS, and he gave some other truth to ISUPK, and he gave some more truth to Sakari and HOI and HOD and HODC and all that. Most High doesn't work that way, because that's the script. Paul said he's not the author of confusion. That's confusion. Like you come up on GMS, you ask us a question. Well, we don't know that part. I believe if you go to ISUPK, they know that part. Because that's, if you're thinking like that, you people out there that ask a stupid ass question, unlearned question. I click on your avatar. There's no information. You put your page up in 2011. No information but booty shaking videos. And but then I look at your channels that you subscribe to, and you might have GMS this and GMS that, and IUIC this, and ISUP that, and the Sakari this. I said, you're completely, there's no, what I do sometimes is just kind of just click you, just get rid of you, because you just lost. You're totally lost. You're completely lost. There's no help for you. You basically in a spiritual hospice, ready to go back to the spirit world. And I've been saying this recently, there's going to be a great shaking among these Israelite groups, especially when they introduce to you, there's going to be breaking news, and they're not going to force it on you quite yet. They're going to give you a time to get used to. to acclimate, the better word, get used to, fancy way of saying get used to, the charagma. And then there's going to, just like the C. ragamuffin, they kind of put it out there. Oh, we have a vaccination for it. And they figured everybody's just going to, all on the news. Then they had to switch it up. You know, if you don't get it, you're going to lose your job. You're going to do this. You can't do that. We're going to kick you out the house. Your boss is going to fire you. So you got scared. Your back was against the wall, so you took it. And then you were afraid at the same time because you really thought that shit is real. And like they're killing all these chickens. I was watching the Popular Report, and the guy said, what was it? I think he said 500,000 chickens were killed in, I think it was Japan, because of the bird flu and so forth. Well, this is the thing. When you get a piece of raw chicken, if you eat it, you're going to get sick because of bacteria. When you cook it, it kills bacteria. You got bacteria over everything. Well, I'm a vegan. Well, guess what? There's bacteria on the vegan food that you eat. That's why you got to wash it. Or in sometimes you eat it raw, but you got to wash it thoroughly and or cook it. In the case of chicken, you keep eating raw chicken. See what the fuck happened to you, dumbass. You got to cook it, and you got to cook it. You got to cook it to a temperature of 165 degrees. Guess what? The avian bacteria dies at 165 degrees. Jake likes their food well done, so we're going to get it 165 degrees plus. Esau likes their shit rare. That's why they're all fucked up. So, where am I going to go with this? Okay, so this is breaking news. The brother Arya put it up, and I said, let me go put it in the Google, right? So it says here, evacuation order. That means you got to get the F out. If they're gonna say within this 10-mile radius, you're gonna have to get the hell out. Well, I don't know where you're gonna go, but you're gonna have to get out. Philly, just a couple of days ago, you can't drink the water. The water is contaminated. Then they said you can drink the water, but starting Tuesday, you can't take. But so the next couple of days, you can drink the water, but on Tuesday, you can't drink the water. People went crazy buying bottled water till you couldn't even find bottled water. Ohio, evacuation. And that was what, 2 weeks ago? Then there's a movie. What's the name of the movie? White Noise. And it was in a movie, the same thing that happened in real life. That's called predictive programming. When they make these movies, these kind of weird movies, sci-fi movies or whatever, certain movies, you go to the movies to get entertained. Those movies are put out for the elite. That's a message to the elite, which is called predictive programming. Okay, so let's read some of these stories here. Evacuation order issued after train derails in Minnesota. And by the way, all these train derailments are happening through Middle America, where most of your food comes from. See, you simple-minded bird brain moguls, you go to the supermarket and you think bread just magically appears. You know, if I grab bread, somebody else grab bread, somebody else grab bread, then all of a sudden, magically, bread appears on the shelf. You go to the produce, you go get chicken, you go get fruit, vegetables, whatever. You get your dried goods, your potato chips. Magically, you like Pringles, right? You get your Pringles, somebody else get Pringles, And then a fucking a supermarket ferry comes along, taps this fucking thing, and all of a sudden Pringles appear. That show you how fucking stupid you motherfuckers are. You fucking dumb motherfuckers. That's why I don't want to see, I don't want to talk to you. When you're on a higher level of intelligence than other people, what do you want to do? You want to get rid of those people, man. What is this called? With a Margaret Sanger. If you look up Margaret Sanger, what's the term? I can't think of the term, but basically it means kill inferior people. Matter of fact, there was laws on that in Germany, Hitler's Germany. If you had a low intelligence, they'd lock your ass up and kill you. Some of them they kill you, or they would cut your tubes so you won't pollute the world with stupid people. What's that? I can't think of the word. But give me a second here. Give me a second here. Bear with me for a minute. Margaret Sanger. Okay, here the devil popped up. Margaret Sanger. Let's see what they say about Margaret Sanger. I can hardly see this. Margaret Sanger. No, I'm getting to the point. American birth. Uh, Bear me for a minute. Okay, woman rebel Margaret Sanger spearheaded the birth control movement in the world. And you, black woman, you black fucking hoes, you fucking hoes, you fucking hoes. 99.9 and 3/4% of you are a bunch of fucking hoes. You eat them goddamn birth control pills like they fucking M&Ms. That's why the Most High is gonna get rid of you. That's why you're gonna be cooked in the fires. It says woman rebel Margaret Sanger spearheaded the birth control movement in the United States, uh, coining the term birth control, which means to kill a number of people, mainly Jakes, the opening of the first birth control clinic in the country. Her activism directly targeted the Comstock laws. What's that all about? Which made it illegal to disseminate birth control information. What's the word? Eugenicist? Eugenicist? And Bill Gates' father was a part of this too. Let me try something. But anyway, the reason why they wanted to do this, and she was you know, an ideologue for this. And see, this is something that this is like God sent the Most High. God sent this woman for black women. You nasty fucking hoes, you. That's why nobody wants you. You are the fucking worst. Next to the Edomite woman, she has a little bit more decency than you, but they a bunch of hoes too. Anyway, let me come back to this. This this what they're doing with these derailments is let me get into the precepts. What they're doing with these derailments, there's a term called food as a weapon. Let me look that up. Food as a weapon. Originated with a Soviet commissar as Soviets weaponized food in 1921 against class enemies, politically requisitioning Ukrainian grain to Ukrainian started. Yeah, so that war had been going on, man. That was during the time of Stalin's era. That was night, if I'm not mistaken. How is hunger used as a weapon? Let's look that up. These derailments, first thing, one of the first things that popped into my head is food as a weapon. In recent and current conflicts, combatants have employed this tactic by distributing, disrupting the seasonal pattern of growing crops, displacing farming populations, or by destroying crops. Farmland, like I said, when you dumb monkey-minded fools go to the supermarket and you buy some bread or Pringles or potato chips or meat or chicken wings and cut up for you and all that, and go to the deli and get 2 pounds of ham and this. It doesn't magic. The supermarket is not a magical place where food just kind of replaces itself. You fucking dummies. You fucking big head dummies. You fucking idiots, you. You fucking morons. But that's what the average Americans, that's the way they fucking think. You see all these fucking the train fucking derailments, and you don't, no big deal. You're playing your dumb ass. But you can thank the public food system. It says, that's why it says in Isaiah 65, it said, the servants of the Most High is going to eat. We trust in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. We've been doing what the most Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai told us what to do. We've been doing it faithfully. And guess what? We're going to be taken care of, man. Oh, and you guys that the Israelites that have been taken, that you guys that disappeared, a lot of you guys, I'm talking about you 1992 Israelite, you know what I mean by that. Back in the day, when the YouTube era came along, you went out and you did the videos. You made sure you took the winters off. And then you came out maybe in the end of spring, summertime, took the summer off because it was too hot. So you kind of came out in fall, came out in spring. You might have put in 4 months of speaking in. You out there, it's nice. You got your garment, and then you just disappear. And to tell me that don't happen. All you guys that that have disappeared for 2-3 years or for a season, and you come out like you never left, all of you are gonna you're gonna accept, and the same ones that do that, they don't believe in the Charagma and the MOTB. And so if you don't believe it and you're not doing the will of the Most High, Revelation 3 verse 10, you're gonna take it. You're gonna take it. You're gonna fail the test. The time of temptation, that's in NLT, and it says the hour of temptation, which the hour mean the time of testing. There's going to be breaking news. You got to get this Charagma, and then you're going to have time to do it. You keep your jobs, and they'll probably link it in. We'll see. They'll probably link it in with the C-19. If you get the Charagma, it's something that make it where you don't get it, where you don't suffer from it. Or they'll make up a new disease. They'll do something. They're gonna package it up. Niggas like shit packaged up nice. They're gonna package it up nice for you. They're gonna give you the Knick ticket, the ticket to the Knicks games. They're gonna give you free burgers. They're gonna let you win the lottos, play the lotto. Yeah, you got a new car, or whatever the case may be. And you former One Westers that have turned your back on the plow. Now you might say, well, I know I'm an Israelite. I'm from the tribe of Judah. Yeah, but are you a prophet? Are you one of the elect? See, you can know you're Israelite. A lot of Jakes know that they're Israelites, but are they of the elect? Are they going to be saved? You're going to see the missiles come. You're going to see people being beamed up. You ain't going to be beamed up. And you're going to see the missiles come, and you're going to say, oh, shit. It said in recent and current conflicts, combatants have employed this tactic by disrupting the seasonal pattern of growing crops, displacing farming populations, or by destroying crops, farmland that includes chicken, beef, your animals on the farm, or other food sources. Warring parties have also blocked humanitarian aid from reaching starving populations. That's food, and that's what they're doing now. They're just taking a page out of the book. What is food warfare? So you got to know how to connect the dots. You got to know how to connect the dots. You don't know how to connect the dots because you don't know what the fuck is going on. You bunch of dummies. You're a big dummy. Okay, let me go right here. Let me go right to the point. To use it as a method of warfare would be to provoke it, deliberately causing the population to suffer hunger. That's what the movie The Hunger Games is all about. The rest of them were bullshit. The first one, that's the one to see. If you can get a hand on that movie, The Hunger Games, the first one, watch that. Watch it a couple of times. You had to send your kids out. They trained them in warfare, and they killed each other. And then it was a reality show. And then the last survivor, they got a crown put in their head. They got food because the people, the commoners, tried to take down the government. The government won, and so they, as a punishment, I hope all of y'all watched that movie. Let me know in the comment section if you saw that movie. And if you didn't see the movie, try to get a copy of that movie and sit down with the brotherhood or whatever and have a watch party. Because that's predictive programming right there. Causing the population to suffer hunger. That's why the movie was called The Hunger Games. Particularly by, and guess what they did? They set up, what do they call it, regions or sectors That's your 15-minute city. That's your smart cities. By depriving it of its sources of food or of supplies. Let me go down to the next one. You got these idiots talking about Africa. We're Africans. What's better for our people? The Bible or the Egyptian Book of the Dead? Then you got Captain Tazariak. He gonna get on the panel. And then a month later, Sarnetta gonna throw his ass under the bus and talk shit about him behind his back. Why is food necessary in war? It is clear that food played an important role in maintaining morale. Certain foods had the ability to evoke nostalgic thoughts of home. Not only did the food provide solace, it also reminded the troops of what they were fighting for. In other words, when you go to another country, you eat the country that you came out of. They bring that food. Why is food a weapon in war? Let's see what that says. The phrase food as weapon or food as a weapon originated with a Soviet commissar as Soviet weaponized food in what? In 1921 against class enemies. Corrosively requisitioning Ukraine is in the news again, grain to feed Russians. 2 million Ukrainians starved to death. Oh, the Romans did that. That's why we commenced to committing the heinous act of cannibalism. And that's a fulfillment of Deuteronomy 28, verse 50 on down. The siege of Rome. They didn't care that you had pregnant women. They didn't care that you had toddlers. They were eating their babies. And that just didn't happen in the Roman Empire, but it happened in the Syrian Empire. Go back to the history. It happened a couple of times in the history of Israel. But scholars will tell you Deuteronomy 28, 50 on down, starting at the 50th verse. It says, but especially the Roman Empire during the time period of 70 AD. So anyway, let me come back over here. Okay, evacuation order issued after train derails in Minnesota. Fiery train derailment in Minnesota prompts evacuations. Fiery train derailment in Minnesota prompts evacuations. I'm waiting for the CNN to come up. They always give you the breaking news, right? Fiery train derailment in Minnesota. Now, what did I say in previous videos? These are 3 different news companies. They're all saying the same exact thing. Where did they get it from? They got it from the UPI, United Press International, or the AP, Associated Press, which is a ticket tape. If you ever been into a radio studio, they have that device for both the UPI and the AP. And it comes out, train derailment and such. So what the initial news is, there was a train derailment in such and such a place. And then the next day, they'll go into details of it. You notice they said the same exact thing. Same exact thing. Hold on, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, this is Washington State ranked 14th among states with more train derailments. Minnesota's town evacuates after train derailment. Fiery train derailment in Minnesota prompts evacuations. But nobody's outraged at it. Hey, the French is raising hell over there because they want to raise the age of retirement age from 62 to 64. The French is up on shit, man. They're raising hell out there. You dumbass, you fucking Americans, you ain't doing a damn thing because you don't know what's going on. You're a bunch of fucking dummies. Anyway, let's go into the precepts. I'm gonna let this precept speak. First precept. And for the ones of you out there that watch these videos to get entertained, you're gonna take the charagma. Trust me. Second Ezra's 8 verse 3, there be many created, but few shall be saved. It's a small number, 144,000. And then the multitude in Revelation 7 verse 9, which are all Israelites. Then you're going to have Israelites scattered around the world. We're going to go around the world. We're going to raise up those Israelites, and we're going to destroy a lot of them too, because they've been Catholics. Look, I'm a Catholic. My mother's a Catholic. My father's a Catholic. My grandparents, my great. I've been a Catholic for years. Well, guess what? You can't be a Catholic no more. No, I'm going to be a Catholic. I'm going to pray to my Jesus. Zap. We're going to send you right to the spiritual realm so you can get some get right when your monkey-minded ass comes back and the next body has a newborn baby. That's how you're going to get it right. Most High's not going to grab y'all Israelites and put you in the wilderness so he has to destroy every last one of you except for the newer generations. The first act that they did was when they got in the wilderness, they stopped circumcising their children. And it got back to Joshua, and he had to command them to circumcise their children. The Most High's not going to do it that way. He's going to get rid of all you simple-minded, bird-brained niggas. And he's going to, the only ones he's going to save is the elect. And he's going to change them, and he's going to put that spirit in their mind. He ain't going to mess around like he did in the wilderness. And another thing was, he let them goddamn heathens come in there to the mixed multitude. And they were the ones that got to the ears of the Israelites to go back to Egypt. So the Most High is going to do a beautiful work. And the Most High did it for a reason. Next precept. And the Most High is not dealing with you guys with your hands in your pocket. We're not here to entertain you. We don't need no fucking cheerleaders. Second Ezra 8 verse 1, and he answered me saying, the Most High have made this world for many, but the world to come for few. You know when you're going to start bugging out is when all hell breaks loose. All hell is getting ready to break loose. Second Ezra 10 verse 57. For thou art blessed above many other, and are called with the highest, and so are but what? But few. So are but few. See, like Bishop Nate, he said many years ago, we're not the biggest camp, but we want to be the. It's not about big numbers. The Most High is not dealing with big numbers, man. The scriptures speak a little sanctuary. In Ezekiel. Little. That's in the book of Ezekiel. I believe it's Ezekiel 16:11, 11:16. I'm not sure. Right, 11:16. I knew it was either Ezekiel 16:11 or Ezekiel 11:16. Therefore say, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, the Most High, although I have cast them far off among the heathen, and although I have scattered them among the countries, yet, so guess what? This is for ISUPK. You run into a dude that said, I was born in Ghana, I was born in Syria, Igbo, from Sierra Leone. And you say, well, you can't come into this, you a Hamite. You got to check the man's spirit. That whole west coast of Africa, from the north to the south on the west coast, and then even in other parts of Africa, there were Israelites, man. We, like the scripture said, we were scattered. It's right here in the scripture. We were scattered among the countries, scattered them among the countries. So is Africa exempt? No. You still got Israelites that live in Africa, and then they're waking up to the fact that they're African, that they're Israelites. Yet will I be to them as a little sanctuary in the countries where they shall come. So the Most High is dealing with little sanctuaries scattered throughout the United States and throughout the world. Most High is not dealing with big numbers. Not yet. Ultimately is Hosea 1:10. Moving on. Second Ezra's. Now you might want to read a verse or two above and below. I'm going right to the point. It said, these things have I not showed unto all men, but unto thee, and a few like thee. Then answered I and said, you can read the rest of it if you want. Read that again. These things have I not showed unto all men, meaning Israelite men, but unto thee, and a few like thee. This is why these guys in the conscious community, they'll get Israelite on the panel, and they'll push him to bring out, give me some archaeological dig that, and we can give you this. Look, Esau knows that Israel's here because they dug up everything. That's why but they didn't give it to you. They gave you all that African shit. They ain't gave you all the stuff that they got proving that there was a nation called the nation of Israel, the people of Israel. One relic is the Moabite stone, the Mesha Stele. That was by King Mesha, and he was big up in his God, and he was downplaying the God of Israel. He mentioned David, he mentioned King David, and it's actually written on the Moabite stone in what we call ancient Hebrew, and the word the name of Yahweh is even written in ancient Hebrew, and I believe Israel is written in the Hebrew. Like if you go to the Moabite stone and you put in translation, it'll give you a picture of the Moabite stone, then it'll give you the translation. And the Most High's name is on that stone, and David's name is on that stone, King David, and Israel's on that stone. And this is King Mesha praising his God. What's his name? I can't even remember the guy's name, but the God's name. I forget his name, but I mean, I can look it up. All I got to do is go, who is the God of Moab? Matter of fact, I'm going to do that. Let me come here. Who is the God of the Moabites? Shemash. Shemash. So that's the God. Let me do this. Let me do this. The Moabite stone. There it is right here. The Moabite stone. The Mesha Stele, or Moabite stone, also known as the Moabite stone, is a, a state, a stele or stone dated around 840 BCE, before the Common Era. Now, 840, David was around during that time, well, 900. So there was during the time period of David and Solomon. It says containing a significant Canaanite inscription, meaning the Canaanite language, which is ancient Hebrew, in the name of King Mesha of Moab. So Esau found out that Moab, that there are a people called the Moabites, Canaanites. If you had Canaanites back there, you had Moabites back there, you damn sure had Edomites back there, and you had Israelites back there. And we are those people. Let me do this. Let me hit images. Okay, let me click on this. All right, I'm gonna get, okay, let me do this. Let me do this. Okay, right here, right? Okay, archaeological evidence for the Moabite stone. Evidence for the Bible. You see right here? That's the name of the Most High. Yahweh. So they knew the name of the Most High. They knew the God of the Israelites. His name was Yahweh. So there's your archaeological evidence. So now let's come back over here. So now in the beginning of this video, I went into how blind you people are. You know, and inside of a month, how many train derailments have you, major train derailments have you had? How many evacuations? Stop drinking tap water advisories and all that. Within the last month, you had what, about what, 5 or 6 train derail, major ones? But you haven't, your brain didn't wake up, your brain is still sleeping. Take a page from the book of the people over there in France. What the hell are they doing? They don't show you that there's all kind of uproars of the people all around the world, man. They're protesting left and right. But this is what they do. They don't show you that on American news. There's a lot of shit going on, man. Isaiah, and this is why you can't see it, because the Most High blinded you. It says Isaiah 25, verse 7, and he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over what? Over all people, including Israelites. So whose eyes are open? The few, the few. And people, you and the few like you. And the veil that is spread over all nations. That's why when we go out on the highways and the byways and we run into certain people, they can't see it, especially these dumb monkey-minded Christians. And they'll come up, they'll watch us on YouTube, and they'll get their precepts together. They'll watch a handful of Vocab Malone videos, and they'll get the book Barack Obama versus the Black Hebrew Israelites, and they'll read through it, and they'll get the other apologetic this and apologetics that, and apologist this and apologist that. They get all of, they get fully equipped. Then they go down to they mostly go down to Sakari, and then what happens? they get chopped up in the spirit, and a lot of them don't. They lose sleep. They can't sleep, and they're contemplating. Look, Vocab, stop doing that to you, your fellow Christians, man. You're making them depressed. You're fucking them up. That's why a lot of them kiss the feet, because they become believers. And Dr. Brown is a clown. Second Corinthians 2:11, lest Satan should get an advantage. There's two Satan. There's a spiritual demon Satan. There's a physical counterpart to the spiritual demon Satan, which is a nation of people. Those are the Edomites. Now, the apostles didn't call the Romans a bunch of devils. They called them Romans. That's why the apostle Paul said the mystery of iniquity, how do you say it? I'm merely paraphrasing, is now among you. I'm merely paraphrasing Second Thessalonians 2. Matter of fact, I'll go to it. Okay, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of what? Of Satan's devices. Those 12 derailments are one of Satan's devices. They took a page out of history, 2021, during the time of Stalin. I believe that was Stalin. He starved out the Ukrainian people. So they're doing the same thing to you. All they got to do is so many history. All they got to do is take a book out of history. You know what? This is how we're going to get these people. Remember what Genghis Khan did? Because they study that. When you go to military school, you study military strategies of the ancient world. And food is a weapon. We're going to be moving quick. Isaiah 60, verse 1. Arise, shine, for thy light is come. What is the light? Thy truth. Our eyes are open. That's why we're going around saying that we're Israelites. And at midnight, there was a cry made. Matthew 25. At midnight, there was a cry made. When the beginning, Abba, you had Abba, then you had this truth really opened up when the seven came on the scene. Then when that next generation came on the scene, and we're still here. I'm in this thing going on 40 years. I came into this thing when I was a kid. It says, arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of Yahweh is risen upon thee. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness to what? The people. But Yahweh shall arise upon thee, and this glory shall be seen upon thee. and the Gentiles shall come to thy light. Now, who's that talking about? The Israelites don't know that the Israelites. And kings to the brightness of thy rising. And we're kings too. We were kings. All these kings of Israel are back here again, suffering slavery. Ye and your king shall go into captivity. And that was King David, which was Moses. Moses was also a king. That's in Deuteronomy 33. I believe it's the 5th verse. Hey, John Calvin couldn't get the book. The great John Calvin, the great Martin Luther, the great Jonathan, what's his name? Jonathan Edwards. You remember him? This that great apologist, which owned slaves, and he was popping that the little slave girl while he was married to a white woman. He was popping a little slave girl named, what was her name? Venus. Now, years ago, if you went to Google, they'll tell you that. You do it now, they took it out. So my question to you, Vocab Malone, is Jonathan Edwards, is he burning in hell? Let me come right. Let me start from 1. And at that time, shall Michael stand up, the great prince will stand up for the children of thy people, Israelites. Who are the people? The children of thy people are Israelites. And there shall be a time of trouble, which is Jacob's trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time, thy people, the Israelites, the elect, shall be delivered. How? By spaceships, by UFOs, by majestic angelic chariots. Every one that shall be found written in the book. And that's in Revelation, the Lamb's book of life. If you take away from the scriptures, guess what? You're going to be taken out of the book of life. So you other Israelite groups, you better start teaching about the Quran. You better start teaching it the right way. You better start watching them GMS videos. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life and some to shame and everlasting contempt, meaning they're going to be ashamed of themselves for a while. They're not going to burn in hell. First of all, there's no eternal hell. That goes back to the Greeks, and even before the Greeks, that goes back to the sons of Japheth. They taught a place called hell, and that the devil was named Orcus. And they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, and they that turn many to righteousness. What does that mean? When you go out there and you teach, and people come into this truth, you are turning many to righteousness, as the stars forever and ever. And a lot of things are going to happen this year. I don't think we're going to be out of here in 2023, but all praise, all Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua Ratazar, we be out of here in 2024. But you just got to wait and see. But I don't think we're going to be out of here in 2023. It'd be nice if we was out of here and all hell breaks loose and the deliverance comes, let's say the first month of 2024. But we don't know. Even yet, our Lord doesn't know. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book. What book? The book of Daniel, which meant the whole book. This whole book is sealed. It's been sealed for generations, even to the time of the end. We're in the time of the end. How do we know we're in the time of the end? Because the book is open. There was a cry made. At midnight, there was a cry made. So the book is open. Many shall run to and fro in knowledge. Technology shall be increased. You can't sit down and read this book until you're blue in the face and get the understanding. You're not going to get the understanding. The Most High has to work with you. That's what the comfort is all about. That's what the Holy Spirit is all about. That's why the Lord said, I shall not leave you comfortless. I shall come to you, meaning he's a comforter. He's working with you through the Spirit. Behold, I come in the volume of the book that is spoken of me. So if the Most High is not dealing with you and he hasn't opened up your, what they call the third eye, the spiritual eye, you're not going to see it. Yeah, but I read this book, I read the Bible 25 times and I went to Israel and I was an architect. You ain't going to get it. The only ones that got it outside of us are the elite of Esau, because why? They get the tangible proof. They go and dig things up. They know that there was a Noah because they found years ago, back in the 50s, the ark landed on Mount Ararat, and guess what? They went over there with their scientists and their archaeologists and their biblical historians and their biblical Bible experts, and they confirmed that that's the ark. So guess what? That means it had to be a Noah. Jeremiah was at Jeremiah 8:1. See, Esau is not a faith-based people. They're a logic-based people. They want to have tangible evidence. So wherefore I am made a minister according to the dispensation of the most high, which is given to me for you, which is given for me to me for you. For who? The others of the elect, to fulfill the what? The word of the Most High. So the ones you that just get it and you don't say nothing on it, the Most High is going to destroy you. Read Luke 19. Even the mystery, which was, that's why Vocab Malone, you want to stump Vocab Malone, go into the prophecies. Go to Revelation 13. What does that mean? Daniel 7. What does that mean? Daniel 2. What does that? That means Jeremiah 50, Jeremiah 51, Isaiah 13, Isaiah 34. What does that mean? He doesn't know. They don't teach prophecy in these theological seminaries. Even the mystery which has been hid from ages and from generations, but now is made manifest to his saints. So John Calvin never had it. He just read the Bible and just he didn't know nothing about the Charagma. He didn't look at us as being Israelites. Romans 16:25. I'm sorry, Romans. Let me just do. Romans 16. What the hell did I do? Romans, try again. 16. But now to him that is of power to establish you according to my gospel and the preaching of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach according to the revelation of the what? Of the mystery, secret. The Most High doeth nothing but he revealeth his secrets unto his servants, the prophets. So you can't get this truth, the mystery, in a theological cemetery, which was kept secret since the world began. What did I just read before that? I read Daniel 12. It was at the 4th verse that the book was sealed until the time of the end. We're in the time of the end. Almost done. And see, You got the United States involved in this Russian-Ukrainian conflict, and they're openly, supplying them with money, billions of dollars in weapons to Zelensky, which he's how can I say this? He's a Ukrainian version of RuPaul, let's say. There's a video out on him. The man's a freak. For as much as ye know that ye were not redeemed, purchased back with corruptible things as silver and gold from your vain conversation received by tradition from your fathers. In other words, when the Lord come back, he ain't coming back with a suitcase with money in it, and he gonna go to Klaus Schwab and throw it down. How much money do you want? I'm gonna give you a blank paycheck, and I just want to get Israel. No, he's coming. He paying them with them lasers, man, and with them missiles. It said, but with the precious blood of Yahushua, our Lord, the Messiah, the Christ, as you call him, Jesus the Christ, he died. He became a sacrificial lamb. And it's gonna say that when I read the rest of it. For who? To be a sacrifice unto the Israelites, starting with the elect. Not to you other nations. Not to you other nations. That's a replacement theology. That's that crap that vocab teaches. That's why we don't take that guy seriously, man. As of a lamb without blemish. What does it mean without blemish? He had no sin and without spot. Who verily was foreordained before the foundation of the world. That's why he's known as the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. He was in the beginning of the creation of the world, but was manifest in these what? Last times for you. So we're in the last times of we're in the end of the last times. So the end of days or the last days started what? 2,000 years ago. So you people you better hope, man. You better hope that you're an Israelite. you better say what excuse me. You better start praying like Balaam, man. In Numbers 23, at the end, with everything said and done, when I go to sleep, let me wake up as an Israelite. But we speak the wisdom of the Most High in a what? In a mystery. That's why you can't get it. And you have to have 100% of this mystery. You can't have part of the mystery. If you have if you have 50% of the mystery, let's say you want to be a mechanic and you want to fix a particular car, you get the book out to troubleshoot what's wrong with the car, and half of the book is missing. Guess what? You can't do nothing until you get another book. So you guys got half of the book. Like I said, the Charagma, the MOTB, we've been saying this for years. We haven't changed a bit. Excuse me. And ultimately, everybody's going to see it. Everybody's going to see it. That's when you other Israelite camps and your leaders, you're going to bug out. You're going to bug out. But we speak the wisdom of the Most High and the mystery, even the hidden wisdom, even the hidden wisdom. I thought this Bible was for everybody. When you go to the hotel, you ever been to a hotel? Open up the drawer. There's a Gideon Bible in there. So everybody that's been in a hotel got a Bible. So the Bible's not hidden. It's the truth that's in the Bible that's hidden. But we speak the wisdom of the Most High in a mystery. It goes over your head, Vocab Malone. It goes over your head, Dr. Brown. Even the hidden wisdom, which the Most High ordained before the world unto our glory. Unto who? Israel's glory, starting with the elect. Ooh, 8th verse. I didn't even put this down. Which none of the princes of this world knew. For had they known it, they would not have crucified the Lord, our Savior. Because when the Lord come back, he's coming back for revenge. But as is written, I have not seen, nor ears have heard, neither have entered into the heart of man the things which the Most High have prepared for them, the Israelites that love him. That's the elect. We love him. We follow follow the Lamb whithersoever he goes. Through what? Through the book. But the Most High have revealed them unto us by what? By his Spirit. That's what the comfort is all about. It ain't talking about no fat black guy named Tazadakia. That's why Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai took his black ass out on April Fool's Day. For the Spirit searcheth all things, yea, the what? The deep things of the Most High. I got to keep reading. For what man knoweth the things of a man, save the spirit of man which is in him? Most I got to put. You can't become a prophet. You can't make yourself a prophet. You can't work on a construction construction crew, and then all of a sudden you saw Israelites, and all of a sudden now you want to be an Israelite. You want to be a prophet. You cannot make yourself a prophet. And you cannot make yourself of the elect. You got to be born of the elect. You got to be of the elect before the foundation of the earth. That's the spiritual realm. And we're aged as too. We were back here many times. Christians can't even get that. That's a simple thing. Reincarnation, regeneration, resurrection. Those are simple things. Even so, the things of the Most High knoweth no man but the Spirit of the Most High. Now we have received not the spirit of the world. Why do guys fall and go back into the world? Because they're of the world. But the Spirit which is of the Most High, that we might know the things that are freely given to us of the Most High, which things also we speak. Like I said, you guys you come and you watch us on YouTube, you might come to the camp or whatever, and you just stand in the audience with your hands in your pocket. I don't know what to tell you, brother. I wouldn't want to be in your position. My thing is to be a hell raiser for the Most High. It said, which things also we speak, not in the words which men's wisdom teaches. Guess what? That's a vocab Malone scripture right there. He regurgitates that fucking nonsense that he learned at that theological seminary. That's why when you throw something like hell at him, he'll give you some pushback on it. Or the thing of the Lord only came for Israel. He can't see that because he wasn't taught that. What else? Reincarnation. He can't get that. He can't get that because first of all, he's not an Israelite. He's an Edomite. And number two, the Most High didn't teach you, and the Most High not going to teach you if you're not an Israelite. And you're not going to get the truth of the Most High in the theological cemetery. That's for damn sure. It says, which things also we speak, not in the words which man's wisdom teaches, but which the Holy Spirit, which is the Comforter, teaches, comparing spiritual things with what? With spiritual. But the natural man, guys like Vocab Malone and Dr. Brown, but the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit. That's why Dr. Brown, he didn't even really go into the scriptures. He went into DNA and the Y chromosome and the tribe of Lemba and the Ashkenazis and all this nonsense. I said, man, I couldn't watch this shit. I got all into it, man. Got my popcorn ready. I'm listening. I said, man, this is bullshit. I went to another video. I said, this shit was lackluster. And I didn't really see too much of Sakari because I already knew what he was going to come out with. What we come out with, basically. He was going to deal with the scripture. The first scripture he went to was Revelation 2:9. So I said he's coming on the scriptural tip, and this guy's coming on the DNA scientific tip. And the Ashkenazis and the DNA and the Lambert tribe go back to the priesthood. But wait a minute, the Lambert people are our people, man. And see, you guys are Hamites and we're Shemites. We're Shemites. I mean, we're Shemites. Yes, you are Shemites, but you're Shemitic Edomites. And I'm going to say this. Dr. Brown looks just like the God of the Edomites. I'm going to prove that, man. I'm going to prove that. This is what the God of the Edomites look like. The God of the Edomites. Now listen, watch, you're gonna see. That's why Apostle Ramlab called him Dr. Quaz Brown. Now watch this. Now tell me this is not Dr. Brown right here. Tell me that's not Dr. Brown. Tell me that without minus the mustache. Look at that. That's Barry Manilow. And you know what Barry Manilow is a JJ. And he goes one way, not the right way, if you know what I mean. It says the Edomites, the brother of Israel. That's Dr. Quaz Brown right there. Look at that. Look at that. That's Dr. Brown. That's Dr. Brown. That's Dr. Brown right there. He will look just like Dr. Brown, but he looks more so like Barry Manilow. Let me show you this. Okay, look at the nose. Look at the face. Let's go here. Barry Manilow. That's motherfucking, that's Quaz. That's motherfucking Quaz. That's Quaz when he was young. He's a little bit older. Look at that. That's Quaz, man. That's Quaz. Tell me that's not Quaz. Tell me that's not Quaz. Next precept. I'm almost finished. Hang on. First Corinthians 4:1. Let a man so account us as of the ministers of the Messiah and stewards of the mysteries of the Most High. We got the mysteries, and you don't. Ephesians 3, verse 3 and 4. And then I'm going to jump down to 9. Click on that. How that by revelation he made known unto me the mysteries. There it goes again, the mysteries, that from the Greek word mysterion, which means secretive, as I wrote afore in few words, whereby, fourth verse, when ye read, ye may understand my knowledge in the mystery. There it goes again, in the mystery of Yahushua. That's why you Edomites can't get it. Let me read the 5th verse, and I'm gonna jump down to the 9th verse. It says, which in other ages was made made known unto the sons of man, and as it is known, is now revealed unto the holy, unto his holy apostles and prophets by the what? By the Spirit. Ninth verse. And to make all men see that what is the fellowship of the what? There goes the word mystery again, secret. The Most High will do nothing but he revealeth his secrets unto who? His servants, the prophets, not theological graduates, which from the beginning of the world, meaning the earth, have been hid in the Most High and created all things by Yahweh Shai. In the beginning was God, and First John 1:1. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God, and the Word was a God. And the Word should be a God. The Jehovah Witnesses got that right. And the Word, it says, and the Word was God. It should say, and the Word was a God. So the Jehovah Witnesses got that right. Got a couple more, and I'll be out of here. Ephesians 6, verse 19. And for me, that utterance, and for me, that you can read a couple of verses above that. And for me, that utterance may be given unto me, utterance meaning to speak, that I may open my mouth boldly to make known the what? The mystery of the gospel. So the Most High gave us these secrets, and he told us, tell these secrets, tell them to the people, make it public. I'm giving you secrets, but I want you to tell the world, because you know what I'm going to do with the rest of them people? I'm going to stop their ears, their spiritual ears and their spiritual eyes where they can't see it. You're going to tell them about the MOTB. You're going to tell them about the Charagma, but they're not going to see it. That's why you other camps can't see it. Because the Most High didn't open up your ears to see it. If the Most High opened up your eyes and spiritual ears to see it, you would see it. You would see it. Like I said, you're going to have a lot of explaining to do when they actually, introduce the MOTB to the world. Got three more precepts and we're out of here. Colossians 4, verse 3. Colossians 4, verse 3. With all praying also for us that the Most High would open us unto us a door of what? Of utterance to speak the mystery of Yahweh Shai, for which I am also in bonds. What does the word bonds mean? Let's pull out a couple of words. pull out the word utterance and bonds. So bonds is another way of being shackled, something, right? Under contract. So you guys that did the disappearing acts through the years, and you take, winters off and summers off, and you disappear for 3-4 years, and you come back stronger than ever. You're escaping prison. You're an escapee. You know what they do with people that escape? Let's say they get 10 years. If you escape and they catch your ass, you're gonna get the 10 years, plus you're gonna get another 30 years. Dummies. So if you escape prison, you better get on a rocket ship and go to the moon or something. They'll still come and get you. So what word did I want? I'm gonna bring out some words. Bring out the word utterance, which is logos, which means words, to speak. Utterance means to speak. And mystery is mysterion, which is secretive. Now let's look up the word bonds. What did he say? He said, which I am also in bonds. That, oh, to bind, tie, fasten, to bind, fasten with chains, to throw into chains. Metaphorically, Satan is said to bind a woman bent together by means of a demon possession. Yeah, we are possessed by the spirit of the Most High. To bind, put under obligation. Obligation. You're obligated to do this work nonstop. There's no breaks in this thing. Paul said, in season, out of season, cold or hot, of the law, duty, etc., to be bound to one, a wife, a husband, to forbid, prohibit, declare to be illicit. That's why Paul said he referred to his fellow as yoke fellows. He also referred to himself as a prisoner of the Lord. Because you don't do what you want to do. There's no vacations in this thing. There's no vacations in this thing. We got two more precepts, and we'll be out of here. Revelation 10, verse 7. But in the days of the voice of the seven angels, when he shall begin to sound, the mystery of the Most High should be finished, as he hath declared to his servants, the prophets. The apostles are also known as prophets. And the voice which I heard from heaven spake unto me again and said, go and take the little book which represent the scriptures, which is open in the hand of the angel which standeth upon the sea and upon the earth. And I went unto the angel and said unto him, give me the little book. And he said unto me, take it and eat it. Who else was a book given to eat the roll? Ezekiel. After Ezekiel ate the roll, he was commanded to do what? To teach the sons of Israel, right? So there's a two-part thing that is truth. You eat the book fully, you digest everything, don't spit out nothing, eat your greens, eat everything on the plate. Oh, I don't like the greens. I don't like string beans. You're gonna eat them anyway. Your mother tell you don't eat the string beans, you're gonna sit there all night. Right? So when you take things out of the Bible and add things out of the Bible, that's a no-no. That's a no-no, man. It says, and I went unto the angel and said unto him, give me the little book. And he said unto me, take it and eat it up, and it shall make thy belly bitter, but it shall be in thy mouth sweet as honey. What is the bitter part? When the grape thing, it got bitter. That was bitter to y'all. The MOTB thing is bitter to y'all. There's certain things that we say at GMS that is bitter to y'all, but we telling the truth according to the Bible. So you got to take the bitter with the sweet. You can't pick and choose, man. Remember when they used to have the Sizzlers in the movie White Man Can't Jump with Kadeem Hardison? After they played the game, they said, let's go to Sizzlers. And then Kadeem Hardison said, we going to Sizzlers. We going to Sizzlers. Hey, you got happy when you went to Sizzlers, man. Because you got two things. You got food, all the food, and you would cheat. You would pay for like one, what do you call it, salad bar, whatever it's called, where you get chicken, onion rings, all that bread. Keep asking for extra bread. Remember that bread, right? For the ones y'all that have experienced Sizzlers, right? So you get a plate, you fill the plate up, and then you have somebody that didn't pay, he be eating off your plate. And they know that. And then another thing that happened, you got to meet the girls. Hey, the waitresses, you get numbers and all that. You start, flirting with the chick, and they know you got a man. Let me get your number. Okay, here's my number right here. And so you got two treats from Sizzlers, right? It says, and I went unto the angel. So guess what? You got to eat this. You got to eat this. You got to eat. You got to deal with the bitter part too. And there was nothing bitter about Sizzlers, man. I mean, I wouldn't eat that now. I mean, it went out of business, but I wouldn't eat that crap now. So let's look up the word bitter. Why does it say make that belly bitter? Because it tastes sweet in your mouth, and then when it gets in your belly, it upsets your belly because you digested it. You digested it. So let's look up the word bitter. To make bitter, to produce a bitter taste in the stomach, to embitter, exacerbate, render angry, indignant, to be embittered, irritated, to visit with bitterness, to grieve, deal bitterly with. Now, right before the Passover, I believe it was 6 guys, a couple of guys from Chicago camp, and a couple of guys from other camp, GMS camp, but I believe 1 or 2 of them, they've been in the truth for years. And they left, and the reason why they left is because of the grape doctrine. And one of them, or both of them, kind of agreed that, see, the apostles, when Brother Polite rolled up on them and asked them about the grape thing, they shouldn't have said that. What should we have said? So that was in you, that bitterness was in you, man. So it was a matter of time before the Most High got rid of you. And notice, he got rid of you guys about a month before the Passover. About a month before the Passover. Remember when we first opened the camp, went on YouTube, that it was 2007 going into 2008, and I believe it was 2009. Could have been 2008. Them brothers that were in the audience that kind of started coming to camp, we told them about the Passover. And guess what? There were certain guys that were shaky. About 2 weeks before the Passover, they all fell off. And then we would always say, see how the Most High work? He's not going to allow you to come to Passover, man, because he doesn't want you to eat unworthily. That's also in Jude. Feasting himself without fear, I'm merely paraphrasing. And the Most High will get you before. That's why I get nervous. Hey, when the Passover comes, I get nervous, man. I'm like, I hope the Most High allows me to partake of this next Passover. So this is all spiritual. Okay, this is the last one. And I'm out of here. I got a little long-winded, but forgive me. Revelation 17, verse 5. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great. That's why people, well, Babylon the Great is Jerusalem. Or Babylon the Great is ancient Egypt. Or Babylon the Great is the Vatican City. Or vocab said Babylon the Great is a whole planet, and it's going to blow up like the Death Star on Star Wars. It says, and upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great. That's why nobody can tell you what Babylon the Great represent. We know exactly what Babylon the Great is. So it's not a mystery to us. And we tell the people the mystery, but they can't get it. The mother of harlots and the abomination of the earth. That's why you had Kamala Harris go to Ghana and Uganda. She's trying to push that happy law. And they ain't accepting it, man. It was Uganda that they passed a bill saying, nope, we're not accepting it. So just watch what they're going to do to them. 6th verse, and I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints, and we know who the woman represent, and with the blood of the martyrs of Yahushua, because that happened back then, and that was Rome, because this is the second leg of Rome, the Roman Empire. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration, meaning he was aroused by her, because she was looking hella sexy, hella alluring. And the angel said unto me, wherefore didst thou marvel? I will tell thee the mystery of the woman and of the beast that carrieth her, which have the 7 heads and 10 horns. So the angel did break it down to John, but John didn't understand it. It wasn't meant for him to understand. It was meant for him to write it down for us today, the true men of the Lord. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom.